Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you again for joining me. Today we're gonna do a Charlotte Tilbury review. I have the Hollywood Flawless filter here. Been using it for a couple days, as you usually know I do. Now this is not a foundation. I know by the looks of it people think that it is a foundation. It's not. I'm gonna put my glasses on so I can read a little bit about this product to you. Okay, so this is, it's a glossy oil. It's a lightweight moisturizer oil that reflects and adds light to your face where you need it. Finely milled powder, soft focus makes lines and pores appear smoother, which means it only ever looks as amazing in real life as it does on camera. Porcelain flower extract is a brightening ingredient derived from a Thai flower with natural antioxidants, can't even say that word, and anti-inflammatories to enhance and brighten the skin. Ideal for superstar lit skin, whether you want it for a subtle glow or make a watt complexion. Now, I have been playing with this for a few days. Actually, I'm gonna put my glasses back on. I'm gonna show you several ways that I like to apply it because I did use it for a while and then actually for several days, and then I've seen reviews. Normally I don't like to look at reviews because I like to kind of form my own opinion. I did hear that a lot of people were complaining that it is really oily and you know, you just look kind of like an oil slick, but it does say that it is an oil. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like. Now compared to like my other, you know, like my Becca and my Marc Jacobs, it is a different formula. It's really, really light, as you could see. It's very blendable. I've actually put it on top of a little bit of light finishing powder and it just glides on really nicely. So it is different than all my other highlighters. Now I do have really oily skin. I want to point that out. I do have an oily skin, but I want my dewiness of my skin to have a little bit of reflecting light. So I actually put a little bit of a mattifying, you know, moisturizer or primer on my face. Then I go ahead and apply this. So I'm going to show you how I like to do it. Throughout the day, believe it or not, I don't look like an oil slick. Well, I'm going to show you, because you know I get a little bit excited about stuff. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of moisturizer on my face with my fingers. Sorry I've been missing for a couple of days. I've actually been packing because I'm moving and it's, you know, it's been exhausting between that and work. It's just a little much. All right, so I have my moisturizer on. Now, one way that I like to apply this, and I love the bottle. I have to show you the bottle. It's very like old Hollywood glamour and I love it. And it does have a huge applicator, which is really nice because there's not the pump. I feel like with my other highlighters, the pump has gotten a little bit clogged. But anyway, this is several ways of applying it. All right, when you apply it with your fingers and you're just kind of like blending it in, I feel like you're gonna totally look like an oil slick. So you are gonna get like that high voltage glow. So that's definitely going to happen. But when I apply it from the applicator and then I go in with the brush, it's not as crazy because you're kind of like dimming down a little bit of that high voltage look. So as you can see the difference, it's still really nice and dewy, but it's not as much with when you apply it with your fingers. I'm getting tongue-tied. That's what happens when I stay away from YouTube for a couple of days and then I get back on, I start getting a little tongue-tied. So another way that I really like applying it is mixing it in with your foundation. So when you mix it in with your foundation, that definitely is going to give you more of a matte look. It's not, I mean, you're still gonna get that glow, but it's not gonna be as intense. And if you apply it with a matte foundation, then you're really just gonna get a little bit of that, you know, of that glow peeking through. I've tried it all these different ways. Okay, so my favorite way is just kind of applying it with the brush and then kind of going over the foundation with it, going over it with the foundation. Bah. And the foundation that I'm using is my Nars, and I'm also using my brush that I got from Amazon. You know, this is like my favorite. It's that $12 bundle. Now, another thing that I noticed about this foundation, the way I apply it, as you can see, it's really dewy. It's just a beautiful glow. When you're outside in natural light, it is like high beam, absolutely stunning. So today, I wore it without powdering it down, and it did kind of settle down. It did on my skin. I don't know if it does that with other people, but it did kind of settle down a little bit. Considering I have super oily skin, that did happen. Now, I don't feel like for me that my pores are like screaming or anything like that. I feel like it did kind of blur them out a little bit. Not a lot. Usually when you put anything reflectant, you know, your pores start screaming. I didn't feel like that really happened with me. I felt like my foundation actually stayed on a little bit longer. And usually when you have things like this, it kind of starts fading out throughout the day. But with me, it didn't. So, you know, it could be different with somebody else. All right, so what I also like to do is take my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish in 2 medium. This is a great powder, and as you can see, I've already hit pan. I use it on myself, I use it on my clients. It's great for under eyes, and it's just a great formula. Where is my concealer? Okay, I can't find. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my Nars Concealer. And you know, I don't like to put a ton of that. I'm just gonna use my fingers, and finally I had my nails done. Can you believe it? So you can see, even though I'm using my fingers, I'm not using a ton of concealer, I still get that nice brightness underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead with my powder or any finishing powder. I'm just gonna go underneath my eyes because I don't want my under eyes to get really shiny. I'm gonna go right in between my eyes here on my boo-boo spot. But I'm not gonna really go anywhere else because I wanna keep that glow going. So that's it. I mean, that's just pretty much what I like to do with it. It is beautiful. It does give you like this crazy high voltage. Remember that it's not a foundation. It has a little bit of a tint. There are other colors available. It does give you like this gorgeous blinding look. It is buildable where you're just like glowing. And even though I powdered myself a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and apply. Now, I think it's easier blended in than the other ones, let's say like a Marc Jacobs, because it is an oil. As you know, I read it directly from the website. It's a little bit oily, so it's a little bit softer, and you could totally move it around. And even if you apply it with a little bit of underneath or on top of a little bit of powder, it's just, it doesn't stick. You could keep applying throughout the day. I don't really recommend that. I kind of did because I was testing it out. But it just gives you this beautiful, healthy glow. It's absolutely beautiful. The price is up there, but you know what? It is a Charlotte Tilbury. You know, she's a little bit up there with price, but I think it's beautiful. If you have dry skin, you're definitely gonna love this because it just gives you this flawless look. You could wear it mixed with your foundation, you could wear it under your foundation, or you could just wear it by itself. So if you do have really dry skin, this is great to wear by itself because it just gives you like a really nice, healthy glow. Now, just remember again, like I said, it is an oil. So if you go to town with all this, you know, little dots of it all over your place, you are going to shine to the heavens. So anyway, that's my review. I really, really like it. I think it's wonderful. And please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for my next video. Bye.